Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and in this video, we're going to be diving into a discussion about logging. Now that I have gone from 0 to 100 pretty fast on the logging, I want to go over some data with you, talk about how much money you can expect to make from gathering wood and logging. I'll show you a sped up time lapse of what it looks like going from level 90 to level 100, which is the toughest part of it, so you can get an idea of how long some of this stuff is going to take and watch kind of what that process looks like. So we'll dive into those different discussions. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, a quick thing I want to talk about when you're leveling up some of this stuff. Now, there are different enchantments you can get on your tools, on your gear. You can get sets that will give you more XP or give you better chance to find rare items, and that stuff is great. But so many times I see people like waiting until they get everything perfect. Like their logging is sitting there at level 20 because they're waiting. Like, no, I gotta wait until I have a full lumberjack set. I gotta wait till I have the perfect tool, and it's like you're waiting 10, 20 days to get all of this set up, and it's like you could just go out there in a couple hours and get it done. Like get it done. If you have the stuff lying around, if you have the gold to purchase it, if it's in the trade shop and you want to buy some gear to make that process better and min-max a little bit, go ahead and do it. That's fine. But don't do it at the expense of waiting a week, 2 weeks to get everything perfectly lined up. Just get out there and get the levels done. It goes a lot faster than you think, and you'll see that in the time lapse that I'll show you here in a little bit. But as we talk about the leveling process, it is important to note that you can get star metal tools before level 40. You can see here that this says required level 38. My sickle says 34, and then my knife is 35. So if you can get lucky enough to find some of these star metal tools before your level 40, that is a big deal. Like it might be a good idea to focus on XP, like character XP, until level 30, level 35, when it really starts to slow down after you hit about level 30. Your XP gains are really going to slow down and how hard it is to level up. That might be a good point, somewhere in that 30 to 40 range, to start focusing on some of your trade skills when the character XP is really going to slow down for you. And then you can have access to kind of start to get kitted out in some star metal tools if you're lucky enough to find the ones that you can wear around that level 35 to 38 range. But you are going to want to have the best tool possible for doing this. But like I said, don't do it at the expense of waiting a week or two. Get out there and get stuff done. And this actually is not the logging axe that I was using in the footage you will see in me leveling from 90 to 100. I just upgraded this a couple hours ago. I recorded the footage last night of going from level 90 to level 100, and I had a different axe. You'll see, I think it was one that has a chance to drop rare items, and then granting Azoth per harvest. So this one's a little bit different. I went with the experience gain. Now that I'm gonna be going from level 100 to 200, I swapped it over to the experience because I do enough gathering and farming and have decent enough Azoth gathering and all my stuff here that I end up always at like at least 600, usually around 900 Azoth. So I'd rather just level up 7% faster. You see there the 6.9% more logging experience. I'm gonna level up that much faster from 100 to 200. So I went ahead and swapped that out within the last few hours. So I just want to make sure and note that before we go further. So in the process of leveling from 0 to 100, worth noting also that you have to be level 50 to harvest mature trees. So you may want to wait to grind it until level 50. Level 0 to 50 goes really fast, but you're actually going to need to farm the young trees before you unlock the capability at 50 logging to after the mature ones, where you can just kind of chop down everything to level up as fast as possible. You are going to be acquiring green wood, aged wood, and then you'll get some of the tree sap rare drops. You won't get them super often, but they will happen, especially if you're not like min-maxing your gear at perfect levels. And actually, worth noting, the young trees that drop the green wood, it actually sells usually way better. You can see here currently we would get about 0.3 to 0.35 by selling the green wood, and the aged wood is what drops from the mature trees, and we're only going to get the 0.14. Now, when I ran this, I wrote it down. The aged wood was actually going for way less. It was going for 0.05. So this is actually pretty decent for aged wood on my server. Now your server is going to be different. A lot of times you'll watch YouTube videos. Oh my goodness, like get out there and make 10,000 gold an hour farming flint. Go down to the beach, grab flint, and you'll make 100,000 gold a day. It's like, no, you have to tailor things to your server and really pay attention to how things are going on your particular situation. But usually the young wood is going to be worth a lot more. You can see there the 0.14 versus it's green wood, not the 0.14 versus the 0.32. Usually, the green wood actually goes for 2 or 3 times more than the mature trees that are dropping the aged wood, at least on my server, so it's something you definitely want to pay attention to. And in going from level 90 to level 100, chopping down, getting the green wood, the aged wood, and the tree sap, adding up everything, the majority of my income was from green wood. From going from level 90 to level 100, I have it written down, 3,750 green wood. I turned that into about 750 gold profit that made it to my pocket. I got about 1,700 aged wood, which I only sold for 0.05. It was going for a lot less. So now would be a lot better time for me to do this because it's earlier in the day. You can see here, I sold my green wood for 0.2. Now it's going for 0.32, and I sold my aged wood for 0.05, and now it was going for like almost triple at 0.14. So definitely want to pay attention. Maybe try to do some of the stuff earlier in the day, and then during prime time, focus on your character XP when things are maybe going for a little bit less because the market's getting a little bit more flooded. But I also got like 12 of the tree sap drops. They don't sell for super much. So all in all, I ended up making about like 800 or 900 gold that made it to my pocket and going from 90 to 100. But it didn't take that long. I made that 900 coin and I think it took like 40 minutes. You'll see I'll have a clock up on the top left during the time lapse, so you'll see exactly how long it took for me to go from level 90 to 100. But I mean, honestly, not that bad for making a little bit of gold and grinding some XP on something, and it's super easy. There's no risk of anything going wrong. You're close to base. You run out, you chop some trees, you bring it in, you level up your skill, you sell stuff, and bada bing, bada boom, you're leveling up fast, you're making gold, and it's a super kind of casual grind. So yeah, as you can see there, it literally took exactly 45 minutes to go from about 90 to 100. I was a little over 90 because there was a quest that like forced me to chop down a tree or whatever. So I was like a sliver over 90, but basically exactly 45 minutes to go from 90 to 100, and that is with running to town and chopping wood, selling stuff, playing the market a little bit. You could really do it if you were just like throwing stuff on the ground. You could probably do it in like 30-35 minutes, go from 90 to 100. If you don't have the star metal axe, it's going to take a little bit longer, but that's why I say just get out there and get it done. You level a lot faster than you think you are. Like if you would have asked me how long it takes to go from 90 to 100, I would have been like, oh gosh, it's probably going to take like 2.5-3 hours. But once you get in there and you start grinding and you get after it, it does end up usually going faster than you think when you actually see a clock, if you're really out there grinding and being efficient. So get out there, get that leveling done, and I hope this was helpful for you to get some perspective on leveling and logging and what that experience is like. I will try to bring you a lot more stuff about making money and the leveling process as I'm kind of going along here and trying to acquire real estate. I've already got a house. I'm sitting on 21K here, and I'm going to make a bunch more today and try to acquire another house and kind of keep earning money and leveling up as I go here, and I will try to pass any knowledge that I gain onto you as well. So that'll do it for me on this one. As always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.